Hi everyone, I'm going to be reading Chapter 2 of Upside Down Magic, Book 1. Hawthorne was 16. He took care of most of the house stuff because their father, Dr. Horace, was too busy and important to be bothering with making dinner and braiding hair. And because their mother wasn't around, she had died a long time ago. Hawthorne liked sports and cooking and bossing people around. He also liked setting things on fire since he was a flare. A really good flare, too. Powers never went wonky. "Nori!" Hawthorne cried now, staring at the beaver lodge. "What are you doing?" Beaver Kitten Nori tried to rub her face on Hawthorne's pant leg. "I don't even know what you are right now," he went on. "You better change back and help me clean up. Seriously, what have you done? It stinks in here." His voice made Beaver Kitten Nori tremble. "Nori, change back, now!" Hawthorne yelled. Poof! He scared Nori right into turning into her proper girl shape. Big hair, small body, brown skin, a purple shirt. Bit of armchair fabric stuck in her teeth. Yuck, she spit it out. "This is a disaster." The office and bathroom were smelly messes. Father's favorite armchair looked like it exploded. His antique desk tilted dangerously on three legs. Some of his precious books were now resembling coleslaw. "He's going to be really, really angry," "Sorry," Nori whispered. Hawthorne looked mad and scared. "Just help me clean," he told his sister. "We don't have long." Together they fixed up the damage as well as they could, filled garbage bag after garbage bag after garbage bag, and wiped surfaces with spray cleaner. When the bathroom looked like bathroom again, Hawthorne called a carpenter to repair the desk and armchair, made Nori vacuum up the wood dust. Found the website for the Cup and Saucer bookshop and ordered new copies of all the books Nori had ruined. When all this was done, Nori cleared her throat and asked, "Hawthorne, are you still mad at me?" He shook his head. "You have to keep your human mind in control, Nori. That's all it is to it." "I know." "And when you turn to a normal animal," he snapped. "Stop mixing your parts up. You're getting wonkier and wonkier, and nobody likes it." "I was practicing kitten like you told me to," Nori explained. "Beaver part just happened, and everything went upside down." "That's what you were?" said Hawthorne. A kitten beaver?" "Beaver kitten, actually," said Nori. Thought for a moment, and then grinned. "A bitten." "Whatever it was gross," Hawthorne said. Nori's grin disappeared. "Plus, you lost control. And like you always do," Hawthorne continued. "We have to blame Dahlia's rabbits, I guess." Dahlia, the middle Horace child, was 13. She was a fuzzy, had a lot of pets, including 2 bats, 3 toads, a ferret, a toucan, a pair of mice, and 12 rabbits. They weren't well behaved. The ferrets pooped on the carpet, so did the toads, and the bats were always going in people's hair. Wasn't a stretch to blame Nori's mess on the bunnies. Still, Nori felt guilty. The rabbits shouldn't give trouble for her mistake. Neither should Dahlia. She twisted her hands. "Shouldn't we tell Father what really happened?" "No," Hawthorne said. "We don't want him angry at you, not the day before the big test." Nori bowed her head. Maybe Hawthorne was right. Some lies were safer than the truth. Up until summer vacation, Nori had gone to ordinary school like everyone else her age. Nori's ordinary school was called Woody Dale. It was kindergarten through 4th grade, just like all the other ordinary schools. Nori had studied reading and writing, math and science, and gym, art, and music. One thing she had studied was magic. Since a person's powers didn't bubble up until time she was turned 10, you were 10, ready for 5th grade. You enrolled in a different school. You had still to read and do math and play basketball, but you also practiced magic. The kind of magic practice depended on your talent. Some kids were flares. They had fire talents like Hawthorne. Some were fuzzies. They had animal talents like Dahlia. Some were flickers and flyers and fluxers. Nori was a fluxer, even though she wasn't a regular fluxer. Her magic was unusually big, unlike most fluxers. She could turn to lots of animals, but Nori hid her magic from Father. Because it wasn't because it always went wonky. For example, she had a perfectly nice skunk, suddenly swelled up to the size of an elephant, and then grew a trunk. Or she had a perfectly nice puppy, then grew squid legs. Nori knew that father would disapprove of a puppy with squid legs. He would disapprove a lot. Another problem was that girl Nori always lost control of her human self during the transformations and ended up making a huge mess. Skunkafit Nori was obsessed with finding peanuts that stunk up the horse kitchen. It had to scrub everything with bleach, including his father, some real skunks that snuck into the kitchen window. Puppy Squid Nori had chewed up all of Dahlia's shoes and squirted Hawthorne with nasty squid ink. Hawthorne had claimed he'd been the victim of an exploding pen. Even Black Kitten had gone wrong 4 different ways. Scariest was when Nori developed a touch of dragon and breathed fire on the sofa. Hawthorne had taken the blame for that one, telling Father he goofed up on a Flair's seat-warming project. Father had bought a new sofa and made Hawthorne pay for part of it. But Nori wondered if he'd really been fooled. Hawthorne got top marks in Flair studies at Sage Academy. Never would have missed a mistake like that. Hawthorne must have known that Nori's transformation powers out of control. He just didn't want to talk about it. But he did want to talk about a lot of things. When Father got home from Sage Academy that evening, Hawthorne told him about the damage immediately. Father marched up to his office to see it for himself. Hawthorne, Dahlia, and Nori followed. "Dahlia?" Father said, frowning at the scratch marks on his desk. "You have to get those rabbits in line. Discipline is what they need. Discipline and a better lock on their pen. You would take care of that, yes?" "Yes, Father," Dahlia said, glaring at Nori. Father hesitated. "Well, thank you, Hawthorne, for calling the carpenter and ordering new copies of my books." Hawthorne nodded. He glanced at Nori for a second. She thought he was going to say something at her. Maybe he would ask what really happened. Maybe he'd offer his help. Instead, he clenched and unclenched his fingers 3 times. Tired, messed up office disappeared around them. Most flickers could make things invisible. Only extremely powerful flickers could make a whole entire room disappear, people still standing in it. All the edges were neat and even, too. The Horace family appeared to be hovering over the dining room. "Go downstairs, children," Father said. "Prefer not to be disturbed for the rest of the evening." He himself disappeared, and the conversation was over. Father left early for work the next morning. Nori ate breakfast with Dahlia, Hawthorne, and a few of Dahlia's rabbits. "Do you want an egg, hard or soft-boiled?" Hawthorne asked. He took a raw egg from the refrigerator. "Soft, please," Nori answered. Hawthorne cooked the egg the way all Flairs did, eating with his hands and perfectly done. Shot flames from his fingertips and toasted a piece of bread. Served Nori her food and then, "Eat up, you'll need your energy. Are you ready for the big test?" Nori nodded and shook her head. Then she nibbled at her toast. "Just do what the teacher asked," Hawthorne advised. "Nothing more, nothing less. Don't get weird." "I know," said Nori. Tried to swallow, but the breadcrumbs stuck in her throat. "They want you to be predictable, I know, and precise, I know. And so get your details correct, down to the whiskers." "Okay." "Keep control of the animal body." "Okay." "And braid your hair tight, also you can wear those pants." Nori nodded at her clothes. "But these are my lucky purple jeans." Hawthorne shook his head. "Change into that dress with the nice collar." Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you have an amazing day. I did not complete the chapter, but I will